Cowherd is coming up next here on FS1. Let's head over to Colin Cowherd. Colin, what's on the show today?
The utter lack of respect for Steph Curry, absolutely remarkable. Do we realize how influential he is all time in the NBA? That's coming up.
Thanks, Colin. Time for our final topic of the day. The NFL could be making another big rule change by eliminating kickoffs. It's not likely to happen for the 2018 season. But Packers president Mark Murphy said, quote, "If you don't make changes to make it safer, we're going to do away with it. It's by far the most dangerous play in the game." Shannon, would it be a good idea to eliminate kickoffs?
Skip, I'm really conflicted with this because I made the Denver Broncos as a special teams player.
Good point.
And had it not been for those special teams, I'm not sitting here. I feel comfortable to say it. I'm not sitting here.
Play all of them, kickoff.
I played all kickoff, kick return, punt return. I was on everything except PAT and field goal. So, and that's how I made my bones. But I understand because now, Skip, you can only say like 5 yards from the ball. Skip, I was lining up 15, 17 yards, and when I hit that line, I'm in a dead sprint. And there were some collisions.
There were some collisions.
It is a dangerous play. But my concerns are, what are you going to do with the onside kick? Skip, if I'm down 3 and I don't have any timeouts, do I just give you the ball at the 25? So what do they do? What do they do about that? So, and I get it, but I am really torn about this. I understand they're trying to make the game safe, but you're trying to make an inherently dangerous game. How safe can you make it unless the only way to make it safe, Skip, is you don't play it? Is that where we're headed?
But I do think you could take a bunch of high-speed collisions out if you eliminate the kickoff, and I wouldn't miss the kickoff. I'm fine if you just go stick the ball at the 25 and say play.
What about onside?
I got it. But you know what? Sometimes when you start at the 25, you can hit a big pass play, 30-yarder, 35-yarder.
Right.
I've seen big things like the Chiefs game and the Cowboys at the end of the half where you hit Tyreek Hill and he just goes up the middle and scores. It can be done. I would miss some of the excitement.
Yes.
But the onside's dangerous too, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy,
but how do you get the ball? So what do you do, Skip? So if I'm down by 3 points, there's less than 2 minutes, I have no timeouts. I just give you the ball and you end the game.
25? Well, you can still throw it. I mean, you can.
No, but they have the ball.
Yeah.
So they're up.
In the game.
I'm down, and I just scored a touchdown.
Maybe they eliminate everything with that. That's it for us. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern. Right now, Colin Cowherd tells you which NBA player is the most influential of all time. The Herd starts now.
LeBron.
This is The Herd. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, live in Los Angeles, iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. Christine Leahy is joining me. It is a Thursday. Went to the Lakers-Mavs last night, by the way.
How was that? Were you on the court?
No, I went with my son behind the Laker bench, had a great time. Ate a lot of food, like I'm addicted to kettle corn. That's become established. I have no will, no power when it comes to kettle corn.
You go to Staples Center and you have that's your crazy thing?
Yeah.
Kettle corn?
I just can't stop. It's crazy.
I go for the chicken fingers.
Those aren't bad either.
Especially there.
Yeah. Let me start with this. I used to work at a company. They make $8 billion a year. Their name is ESPN. They do a lot of things well. Here's what they don't do well, especially of late. Lists. About a week ago, they came out with a list, the top 20 most dominant athletes in the last 20 years. They had Serena Williams 12th. Okay. Yeah, Serena Williams hasn't even been challenged by a contemporary in 15 years. Serena Williams won a major while pregnant. They had her 12th. I was embarrassed. I only had her 3rd or 4th, and that was behind the world's fastest man. And, a boxer, Mayweather, who's never lost a fight. Serena Williams, 12th most dominant athlete, was embarrassing. So ESPN's come out with another list. Again, fine company. They're not good with the list thing. They're not good with the list thing. The 10 most influential players in basketball of all time. A lot of names I agree with. That's because they should be on the list. But I don't want you to look at number 1, Michael. I want you to look at who they have as number 10, Steph Curry. Steph Curry. 10. Okay. Yeah, Steph Curry is no lower than 2. Michael's 1. I watched Duke and Kansas play this weekend. Old school college basketball brands. They shot 65 threes. That's the influence of Steph Curry. I went to the Lakers-Mavericks game last night. Dirk Nowitzki didn't play much because he's old and can't run, and Lonzo Ball can't shoot. And still between the two teams, they shot 77 threes last night. Houston regularly shoots 50 a game. On this list ESPN put out, Oscar Robertson is more influential than Steph Curry. You know, the guy that played when games weren't live on television. Yeah, I mean, when we were kids, we all sat around shooting one-handed. Except, none of us. He played on that legendary franchise, Cincinnati, a baseball and NFL city. Oh, by the way, nothing against Big O. But if you Google Big O, you know what comes up first? A tire store, followed by an animated Japanese series, followed by a cereal, followed by a Dallas car wash. Boy, does Big O have influence. They also have Kareem at number 6, the guy who can't get a head coaching job or a broadcasting job of note. I loved Kareem growing up. Goggles and skyhooks, though. Go to any playground in America. Nobody's wearing goggles. Nobody's shooting skyhooks. I don't remember his big shoe deal. Folks, Steph Curry, like McDonald's, doesn't have to be the best burger. When you go to American City and they have one of those newspaper polls, best burger in town, it's never McDonald's. But McDonald's is the most influential restaurant in American history. Every fast food company, everyone, Taco Bell, Pollo Loco, doesn't matter, In-N-Out in Los Angeles, here because of McDonald's. Motel 6 isn't the hippest hotel chain. I'd recommend a Four Seasons. But you realize why we have discount hotel chains? Motel 6. Okay, Steph Curry is the reason the Lakers and Mavs shot 77 threes and Duke and Kansas shot 65. Go to a gym in America now. Kids aren't backing up to the basket. They walk into a gym and they hoist threes. I can just say a player in college, and the first thing you think of is Steph Curry. Trae Young, who you wouldn't know Trae Young outside of Norman, Oklahoma, if it wasn't for Steph Curry. Steph Curry, you believe, is less influential than Oscar Robertson? Oscar Robertson's games aren't on TV. It's hard to find video of him on YouTube. Steph Curry's dribbling drills in warm-ups are all over the internet. And I'm talking primarily on the fact that he has revolutionized basketball. And I'm talking primarily that he relates to my son, who once I took to a shoe store, he's not even a huge basketball fan, and he wanted the Steph Curry shoes. Forget the fact that he's relatable and revolutionary and has changed the game. I'm going to drop a number on you, and there's only one other player in the world that could say this. In the 7 years Steph Curry has been in the NBA, the Warriors have won 75% of their games and have a +8, plus minus. 75% in 7 years. In the games without him in Golden State, they've won 38% of their games and are -3. I have no problem with Michael Jordan being number 1. Magic has influence, LeBron as well. But if you don't get Steph Curry's influence, you don't get it. 10th? Go to a playground. Watch college basketball. Watch an NBA game. Steph Curry is like Nirvana, who ended the hair bands. Steph Curry not only created the three, he eliminated what we all grew up with, the mid-range jumper, the primary shot of the greatest player ever, Michael Jordan. All right, so I got that off my chest. Let me segue to this. I am not a hater. I like to think that I add context to things, but I am often called a hater.
Well, when it comes to Russell Westbrook, yeah.
I think context again. Don't get the triple-double. So the Philadelphia 76ers won their 8th in a row. Whoa, big win. Half a game out of the 3 seed. 8 straight wins. Everybody's talking about them. Man, oh man, watch out for these Sixers. And they have rolled some impressive teams. The Knicks, Brooklyn, Charlotte, Memphis, Orlando, Denver. The Knicks again. Oh, wait. 7 of the 8 teams they've beaten are awful. They did beat Minnesota. No Jimmy Butler, back-to-back on the road. Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I hear Sixer fans now. Bring on LeBron. Let me at him. Sixer fans, slow your roll. In fact, slow your Amoroso roll with Wiz. You don't want any piece of LeBron. A lot of boxers would beat 8 tomato cans, and they'd say, bring on Mike Tyson. And they would leave in an ambulance. Yeah. Bring on Iron Mike. I beat Peter McNeely. Here's Dario Saric. I got to give the Sixers credit. He's a nice player for the Sixers. He was asked after their 8th straight win last night, he was asked his thoughts about the playoffs coming up, because they're only a couple of weeks away, right? Only a couple of weeks away. And so here's Dario Saric, an actual NBA player, asked about, what he wants to face in the playoffs. Here you go.
No, I don't want to play against LeBron. He's obviously, in the top 3 players in the world, in the history maybe, and I don't want to judge him. Everybody else, are welcome to come here.
Okay, there's the smart boxer. Yeah, I'll pass on Tyson. Trust the process. If you face LeBron, will be dusts the process. Okay, the toughest thing the Sixers, if you look at their recent schedule, the toughest thing the Sixers have run into during that stretch was in the second quarter when they ran into each other, Joel Embiid and Markelle Fultz. That's the toughest thing they've run into themselves. Dario Saric. That guy's smart. That guy gets it. That guy knows. You don't want any piece of Mike Tyson in his prime and what LeBron is delivering now. Dario Saric, tip of the cap to you. Slow your Amoroso roll with Wiz, Philly.
Are you intimidated by anybody?
No, I don't want to play against LeBron. He's obviously, in the top 3 players in the world, in the history maybe, and I don't want to judge him. Everybody else, are welcome to come here.
I don't want to play LeBron. Everybody else can come here. I don't want to play LeBron. Listen, you got to get over your vanity sometimes in life. Look at your 8-game winning streak. It's 7 total dogs. It's the worst of the East. You don't want to face LeBron. He's averaged, last night LeBron went 48-10. You don't want any piece of him. Good for Dario Saric. Coming up next, I don't get it. Well, I sort of do, but I totally disagree with it. Dallas Cowboy fans and NFL fans, take a deep breath. Ready yourself for something that's going to blow your mind. That's coming up. Has your company outgrown QuickBooks, shared spreadsheets, manual processes, legacy systems? Of course it has. Any big business, small business, medium business has. Ever heard of NetSuite by Oracle? It's a business management software that can handle everything. Your HR, your orders, your accounting, your finance, and managing your sales from your phone. Yeah, I'd go with NetSuite from Oracle. fastest growing company in terms of, by the way, it's on the cloud, right? That's what you want to do with your business? Move it to the cloud? Right now, they've got a free guide called Crushing the 5 Barriers to Growth. If you want to figure out how to acquire new customers, more profits, real visibility into your cash flow, download the guide at netsuite.com/herd now. netsuite.com/HERD. And they've got a free guide right now. Check it out. Crushing the 5 Barriers to Growth.
Hello?
Dale, what's up? It's Dewey.
You know you're dead last, right?
Race isn't over.